Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of Maximus. In today's video, it's a really important topic I want to talk about, and it's 10 things to consider before getting a dog. Say hi, he's playing with his toy. Okay, so the main purpose for me making this video, guys, is because Christmas is around the corner, and a lot of times it's a gift we want to be giving a dog to someone we love. Maybe this person has wanted a dog for a long time, and such, and I find it really sad when someone gets a dog and then a few months, days, weeks later, they want to give the dog away because they don't have time, it's too much work, they're moving. Well, and that comes to my point number one. Point number one, guys, is commitment. When you get a dog, you're going to be committed for 10 to 20 years minimum. Some dogs may live more than 20 years. And commitment, why? Okay, because now it's another mouth you have to feed, right? Now it's attention you gotta pay to this dog. If you're gonna go away on a trip, you know, where are you gonna leave this dog? Are you gonna keep him in a kennel? Are you gonna hire a dog walker to come feed him and walk him? Are you leave him with a friend or a parent or something? So you gotta consider all these things. Who's gonna take care of him? If you're moving, well, now you gotta look for an apartment or a house that's dog friendly. If it's your own house, well, that's cool. But if you're renting, you know, you gotta look for dog friendly. If I've heard cases of people want to give their dogs away because the wife is pregnant. You know what? I know something is not planned, but if you're planning for a baby, maybe it's good. You could take the dog for training. A lot of times it's good for kids to grow up with a dog. They grow up with that love for animals. They grow up with that meaning, you know, that unconditional love a dog can give somebody. And it's really good for the family sometimes. So commitment is number one, guys. Number two is attention. Dogs love attention. They're like kids. Look, he's right here right now. I never asked him to be here with me, but I love it for him to be here with me. They want attention all the time. Sometimes he'll be crying, not because he's in pain or anything. He'll be crying because he wants my attention. I'm too distracted watching TV. I'm too distracted on my cell phone. He just wants attention. And I also find it sad when some people lock up their dogs in their basement and they just leave them there. And you know, sometimes the dog will bark, 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 bark. And then when you yell at them, you know, shut up or whatever, to them, that's attention. So they know that if they keep on barking, they'll get your attention. Another thing is cleaning. Your house, I'm pretty bad at it. You know, you have to clean your house more than once a week. I clean my house once a week and it's not enough. I got little fur bunnies everywhere right now. And I cleaned my house yesterday. Not only that, like, your house smells like dog, especially if he gets wet, you gotta dry him off, right? And not only that, when you're training him as a puppy, you know, the cleaning's gotta be a lot more because mistakes will happen, accidents will happen. And that brings me up to grooming. What are you gonna do to groom your dog? Me, myself, I take him every 2 months to the local groomer, and he gets nails trimmed, teeth, ears. He gets a haircut, he gets bath and conditioner. But then you gotta think, am I gonna do it myself or am I gonna take it to a groomer? So take in consideration what I could say maybe your budget is or what you prefer. Next on my list is keep them active. Before I got Maximus, I wasn't really an active person. I'm a lot more active now. He gets walked 3 times a day. He gets walked early in the morning, 15-minute walk. Then he goes out to pee like around 11. Then he goes out for another half an hour walk around 3 o'clock. Then he goes out at 6 just to pee. And then at 10 o'clock before bedtime, we go for a longer walk, which would be half an hour to an hour. You know, and me myself, I like big dogs. My whole life I've owned nothing but big dogs. And I think with a big dog, it's more activity is more, I don't want to say important, but they gotta be more active. I know a lot of people get small dogs just because they're a little easier. A lot of people just let them out in the backyard and that's it. But anyway, for me, small dogs are not for me. Next thing on my list here is training. Now, ever since they're a puppy, training is very essential. Whether you start potty training him, you're gonna need a lot of patience. Trust me guys, a lot of patience. The first, I wanna say month and a half was hard because like I said before, accidents happen inside the house and you gotta be cleaning like constantly. Make sure you're using the right products to clean the house as well. I forgot to mention, if you have a product that contains ammonia in it, it could trigger them to wanna pee inside the house. So no ammonia. You can buy these products at the pet store. But anyway, take them to obedience training. I did that with Maximus. I took him to basic obedience training, and you have to be on them. You have to be constant practicing what you learn at obedience training, because yes, it's fun to have a playful dog, but when you have people over, you want to have an obedient dog. And the more you put time into the training, the more obedient your dog will be. Okay, and the next is consider getting pet insurance. Yes guys, I have pet insurance on Maximus, just in case anything happens. I know my vet bill would be covered. Pet insurance does not cover your normal pet bills, which is my next point on here. But pet insurance does cover about 80% of any accidents. For example, when Maximus was about a year old, I took him to the dog park and he got attacked by another dog. It was pretty bad. He had cuts in the back of his neck. Luckily for the pet insurance, it covered 80% of the cost. You know, it was expensive, so you know what I'm trying to say. If it wasn't for the pet insurance, I would have had to pay everything out of pocket. Coming with that, my next point would be your vet bills. Keep in consideration how much you're gonna pay for vet. The first 6 months of having Maximus as a puppy, I was paying like $250 a month on pet bills. After that, once he reaches, I think it's 7 months, which is the last one, then you only go once a year. But then again, you gotta consider if an accident happens along this time, like for example, golden retrievers are bad for hot spots. If I take him for a walk and it's raining outside, when we come home, I gotta make sure I dry him off good. If I don't dry him off good, he's gonna get what he gets, a hot spot, and it's like a rash in her skin, and the skin gets very hot, therefore called a hot spot. And you know, there's treatment for that. If it gets too bad, he's gotta get antibiotics, you know, and then that's when pet insurance comes along and helps me with the bill. So those 2 points, vet bill and insurance, kind of play hand by hand. My next one is consider buying doggy clothes. It may seem a little silly, but at least where I live in Canada, our winter can be pretty harsh. So, and I know they have a lot of fur so they can take the cold, but you do want to get a pretty decent pair of dog booties, because we pour salt on the ground, on the sidewalk, to melt the ice, and you don't want this salt, like, you know, stabbing into their paws. You know, their paws are really soft. You don't want them to be stabbing there or get stuck between their paws. It could be really painful for them. So you want to keep them paws protected, also protected from a really cold ground. Like, they also can suffer frostbite. Just like in the summer when it's really hot, you gotta be careful. You gotta be really careful in the winter when it's really cold. You know, if you have a dog with short hair, you might want to consider getting jackets. I have a jacket for him. You want for those like -30 days. You got the boots. I actually have a hat for him. He doesn't like wearing it. So, but you know, you get the idea. Or if you want to teach him how to swim, you know, consider buying a life jacket first before just throwing him in the water. And with that being said, guys, we're gonna go to my last point, which is food. Now, when it comes to dog food, this is a subject like really, I want to say, delicate, and we could go on for a long time talking here, but I want to keep this video somewhat short. With dog food, guys, avoid buying anything that is sold at a grocery store, at a department store, or at what can I say, like at a gas station, you know. All those common brands that you see on television, like Purina, Pedigree, Canuba, Iams, they're not that great because they contain meat byproducts. Meat byproducts are usually come from the leftover of the meat industry, like the bones, beaks, feathers, you know, just the garbage meat that is not for human consumption. Sometimes even roadkill. And the problem with dog food is it's not controlled by the, I think it's called the FSA. So they could really put anything into the dog food. Realistically speaking, guys, if you want the best diet for your dog, it would be a raw diet, a raw food diet. I don't do it. It's something I'm really considering changing to. If you go to the pet stores like PetSmart, Global Pet Foods, Ren's, Pet Depot, they sell the higher end brands of kibble. Now they do have better ratings, but at the end of the day, you don't know where the meat comes from, and it's a tough subject. Me myself, I feed Maximus a Cana. It's no issue so far, but if you watch a documentary on Netflix called Pet Fooled, it talks about how the food industry is a little deceiving. So that's the one reason, that's the kind of thing that encouraged me to try and change to a raw food diet. So I'm gonna do more research, see how much a raw food diet actually costs a month, because a month on dog food on Maximus I spent about $100 to get him a premium brand. Hopefully the raw food doesn't cost me much more, because I do plan on trying it. Anyway guys, I hope these 10 points helped out. I hope this video was, you know, helpful if you're considering getting a dog in the next couple months, couple weeks. And like, I don't want to make it seem like having a dog is a bad thing. Like, having a dog is a really good thing. I feel blessed every day with Maximus. He gives me so much love, and like they say, the love a dog gives their owner is so unconditional. They love us more than they love themselves. You know, and I do believe it, because he's just an amazing dog. And right now he's out there playing with the cat. I can hear them running around. So yeah guys, just please consider these points before getting a dog. I think if we put these things in consideration, we can avoid a lot more dogs end up in the dog shelter. Okay guys, so thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you guys next time on another video, and see ya.